yes, there are drops on this channel. There's no old drops though. I believe it's just the new ones. Sorry, it's still really early here where I live, so it's very dark out, so all the lighting is fucked up. It'll get fixed once the sun rises in like half an hour. Then your team always changes the time of update after posting. We did not change the time of update, actually. It's the same time. If you just mean in general, like our updates are at different times, that usually depends on how big the update is and who needs to be involved in it. Usually we do around like 4 to 6 a.m. Pacific time. What up, everybody? Hopefully, yeah, I assume everything's working. Do you guys, okay, one, if you prefer like this volume of music in the background while I talk, or two, if you prefer no music. So one, if you prefer with music, two, without. Okay. It looks about dead even. I think there's more twos though. Oh my god, yeah, okay. I prefer you saying there's definitely more twos. Okay, so we'll do no music. But there's a lot of ones as well. A few threes. I think they got a little lost, but so yeah, I'm gonna be going through the patch notes, doing tons of answers, stuff like that. With this though, guys, the reason why we are not posting it right away is because I've done that. We did this once before for a maintenance stream. We posted the patch notes right away, and it just basically became people just asking a billion different questions as I was literally like trying to go through it, and so it just kind of like sidetracked way too much. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go through the patch notes, and then we're gonna be posting them. I will go like quicker through them in terms of like we'll expand on them a lot more afterwards throughout the maintenance. However, I will go through kind of each thing a little bit. Yeah, but just so you guys know, so if you guys are like only just waiting for the patch notes to get posted, probably 20 minutes, 30 minutes. And then you can go, especially if like you need the translated version or whatever. We'll be doing like 20 patron codes at the end of the stream as well. All right, let's go through it. We'll do questions after because I know people want to see the patch notes. Okay, just kind of some introductory stuff. Happy Patch Day Adventures. We're excited to share with you all the details of our latest patch 1.06. It's a big one, full of features. The community is greatly anticipated, and we can't wait for you all to dive right in. A big thank you to each of you for your patience as we work tirelessly to make Ravendawn better every week. Your feedback has been incredibly valuable. Continue to point us in to the parts of Ravendawn that need our attention the most. We've tackled some hefty challenges, but we're committed to improving the game. So what's new? Let's get into it. And also apologies if I stumble more than usual over my words. It's still very early here, so or not very early, but still early here. So brain's still kind of cooking up, and usually it's already at half capacity. So okay, level progression changes. We've noticed the grind has been real, especially for our casual players who can only join us for a couple hours each day. Initially, we aimed for a slower progression to keep things balanced, but it's clear we need to adjust. So to be clear, when Ravendawn launched, we knew we wanted to be on the low side compared to most MMORPGs, but even in general, like for what we wanted to be on the low side. We wanted to make sure that, you know, it's better to undershoot that than to overshoot that, right? If you go too far to the other side, there's way bigger risks involved in that. And so we wanted to be on that low side to make sure that we had room to make adjustments, which we have. And ultimately, we do feel that it's important to make some adjustments because while
good morning.
that it took some players to get to the top level, the
welcome to the live stream. This is Niter. This is the game director of Ravendawn. We're gonna listen to him go over the patch notes, and we're just gonna, and then people are gonna ask a bunch of questions, and then we're just gonna listen in and see which direction the game is going.
Just English first language. I understand. I talk usually really fast, so I'll try and talk a little slower. Usually, though, I talk the speed I talk at, so usually it comes back. But I'll try and be cognizant of that. You're good, man. I'm not native, and it's fine. Yeah, I mean, like my staff are used to how fast I talk, of course. But to be fair, they all have like pretty much perfect English. All right. I'll probably do questions at the end. Otherwise, I'm going to get sidetracked for so long, as you guys know. So let me go through the patch notes, and then we'll do questions on like all the patch notes afterwards. Okay? 'Cause I'll go back through everything, and we can do like questions for each thing. But let me just rapid fire through this so everyone gets the patch notes as quick as
Ciao.
possible.
Thank you. I appreciate you.
To make your journey more enjoyable, we're introducing several updates, including daily free milk teas, land ownership changes, and adjustments to creature strength progression. Check below. By the way, I'm zoomed in a lot more for the sake of OBS, for the sake of stream. So some things are going to be a little extra pixelated, but you know, I'm still
just keep going. Nobody cares, Snyder. Let's go.
A lot of things I do are probably formatted the wrong way. I accept that. Again, this is not something that I do very often, other than for these streams. The wait is over. Medium and large community lands are finally here.
Medium and large.
06. These additional community lands come with the same upfront and ongoing costs as open world counterparts. Open world land is roughly 5% larger than community land. Same things that we've talked about in past patches. We just decided to include it again for anyone new. Land ownership changes. We heard your concerns about balancing land ownership with the introduction of medium and large community land. Biggest thing here is people saying like, okay, I own a small piece of land. What happens when when I can just get a medium or large on community land? We already knew how we wanted to change this. We didn't want to announce it until the patch because it's just do each patch at a time. And so with this update, players will now be able to own up to 3 pieces of land, 1 of each size. However, the rule of owning just 1 piece of open world land still applies. What this means is if you own a small open world land, you will be able to own a medium and large community land. If you own a large open world land, you'll be able to own a small and medium community land. You'll also now have up to 3 houses you're able to decorate, upgrade, and customize. While you will benefit from the bonuses or from the bonus of rooms in multiple houses, you will not be able to stack the same room type bonus from multiple houses. With this change, land ownership, it means players will be able to produce as well as gain a larger amount of experience from their land. This is intended as we feel the value of materials on the market is consistently very high for their crafting output. Additionally, we want to see slightly larger sense of progression for casual players as through their land usage. So, sneak peek also, we have many more room types coming in the near future. Room types that will benefit non-crafters as well, and a handful of other kind of more unique things with rooms. With this, there's kind of a few reasons that we wanted to do this. Obviously, one, we kind of had to, otherwise there would be no value to small or medium land at some point. But the other thing as well is we do want to see a larger sense of that casual player progression in terms of, okay, log in, tend to my land for a bit, knock out some Rangers Company tasks. Again, we'll talk about a change coming to Rangers Company tasks soon. And log off and not feel like, oh, I wasn't able to grind for 14 hours today, so I really don't have a spot in this game. And again, while we are a grind-heavy MMORPG, and that probably won't change, we do want to also bring up that more casual player so that they can be involved in the game and feel relevant in the game and feel like they're progressing through the game. It won't change the fact that power gamers are obviously going to be ahead, because in the end of the day, if you're playing 14 hours a day, you deserve to have an advantage. But we do feel like right now that casual player needs to be brought up quite a bit. So we're going to be talking about a few other changes as well, but this is a big one. Also, I see like a million people tagging me for questions. I'll do questions at the end. Otherwise, it's going to take me forever to get through this, okay? And the other thing, too, that's important there is the value of materials in the market has been like a huge thing. In the end of the day, it is very hard to just craft stuff. There's multiple of reasons for this, but one of the big reasons is just an undersupply of materials for what the actual demand is. And that demand does have a little bit of a cap, obviously, with the tax system in the game. But the amount of materials being produced is just way too low. And so this is also a change that we want involved in that. Here's just kind of a visual of how the land will look today and how you'll be able to make use of it. Yeah. Progression and strength improvements. Based on significant feedback on the strength progression of Ravendawn, we have made some changes to it. To be clear, guys, strength progression is referring to that feeling of like, okay, I gained a level. While creatures will scale with you, it was debatably getting harder. Like once you got level 40, creatures are now like harder than what you were facing at 30, even though kind of incomparable with the EXP. And so that is something we wanted to change. While we always will be that kind of scaling MMO, like World of Warcraft, Final Fantasy, where creatures do scale based on their level and whatnot, it was kind of doing like too much the reverse effect. You should still
that community land plot looks beautiful. Look at that.
And that was
that's awesome.
And that was something that we were missing. And so starting from level 30, creatures will scale slightly differently than before, making your journey through Ravendawn feel more rewarding as you grow stronger. These adjustments also mean players will see faster experience and loot from grinding creatures in Ravendawn. While these changes will be noticeable, we will continue to fine-tune our changes based on data collected over the next few days post-patch. So yeah, like most of you guys will notice that the creature difficulty on some things is definitely lower. You're able to maybe pull a couple extra mobs than you were able to before. However,
that sounds nice.
Whether it is like too low, too high, we will continue to fine tune these. If anything, we feel like it might be a little bit on the low side. We might see a little bit more of a change, but we'll be going through the data over the next couple of days and probably through the weekend and making some fine tune adjustments. It's an incredibly easy thing for us to continue to fine tune with the way that we've set it up. And so if we need to make adjustments on the fly for like quick reboots and stuff like that, we definitely will. Milk tea. Meet the newest beverage addition to Ravendawn, milk tea. Available
what is
from the
this?
bartender at the tavern in Ravenquest. This tasty beverage is obtained for 4,000 silver and boosts your next 50,000 experience by 20% for a total of 10,000.
Holy
so,
cow.
Simple. It's only purchasable in game. 4,000 silver from the bartender, and essentially your next 50,000 experience will be slightly boosted. With this, players legacy level 20 or above will receive up to 3 soulbound milk teas daily.
What game had milk tea? Was it BDO?
Level when they log in. This is
it was
essentially
BDO that had a ton of
we do
milk
want
tea,
to
right?
have that like minor.
That was like the thing you crafted at the start.
Players. But all players will obviously benefit from this. But it gives that opportunity for a little bit of an EXP boost for that short period. It also, like, to be clear, we also intentionally have it in as a silver sink as well. Culling spawns. Does that buff stay upon death? It does.
Nice.
Death and logout will not remove it.
Woo! Death and logout won't remove it. But does it run while it logged out?
Oh.
Do you mean to tell us that our buffs are
That gift
taken by
broke
logout?
With patch 1.06, we are thrilled to unveil a new system in Ravendawn called Culling Spawns. These are random temporary enhancements to existing... Sorry, let me just move this. These are random temporary enhancements to existing level 40 plus spawns that will cause them to drop a new inventory item known as Called Eyes. Called Eyes can be attained through traditional looting methods. However, similar to trade packs, if you die while in possession of a Called Eye, they will drop and leave behind a bag that other players can pick up. You will not receive any infamy for killing a player carrying Called Eyes. Players can collect Called Eyes and turn them into any Ranger's Company Quartermaster for a significant reward of experience in Dawn Essence. While holding Called Eyes, players will be prohibited from using teleportation and shrines. The quantity of Called Eyes a player is carrying will be displayed under their nameplate, similar to the visibility of trade packs. This ensures that the potential loot others can gain from you is clear to all. There is a daily turn-in limit of 200 Called Eyes, after which the rewards of experience in Dawn Essence will diminish to prevent mass boosting. This limit is set conservatively to begin with, and we may adjust it based on impact. The rewards from Called Eyes, experience, and Dawn Essence are subject to adjustments based on ongoing data analysis to ensure balance. So yeah, same thing with most of the things in this patch. And to be fair, everything that we patch in. Everything we will review after it's implemented and see, hey, does this feel right? Does the amount of experience in Dawn Essence feel right?
I like the way they're going about this,
and
you know.
we'll make quick adjustments. Again, these are just simple config edits, so they're incredibly fast for us to make adjustments on.
Right.
And we will. If we, it goes 24 hours and we're like, okay, the experience is clearly too high from this, we will reduce the experience. If it feels too low, we will increase the experience. There's so many factors at play with this, like how active, like how conflicted will these spawns be, right? If they're incredibly conflicted, then it's important that we make sure that the reward is even a little bit higher, right? Because it's going to be harder to get those called eyes out.
Right.
But if they're like not very conflicted, well, okay, then maybe we have to make adjustments to the rewards or adjustments to how active these spawns are and stuff like that. Right now, we'll essentially have 2 called spawns active at a time. However, that might be changed. It might be increased to more. It might be reduced to less. Notably, called eyes cannot be stored in your bank, ensuring no advantage is gained by those with mobile bank monks. Jesus Christ, I'm stumbling over words right now. But yeah, essentially this was like obviously something that we wanted to avoid. We wanted to avoid a situation where just because someone has a shop item, they can just like deposit it and have no risk. Yeah, they will not be able to be deposited in any way. If you're carrying them, you have that risk. And here's just a quick screenshot of, yeah. And so just to be clear, you can turn into any Rangers company quartermaster. Not
20k XP? Is that what that said? Did that say 20k XP?
Risk, but also higher reward for fishers. In Ravendawn, patch 1.06 will introduce a new legendary fish mechanic. During ocean fishing, players will have a 1% chance of catching a legendary version of a fish. While these legendary fish will pose the same challenge to catch as their normal counterparts, they will be valued at 25% of their 2,500% of their normal silver. However, in a manner similar to called eyes, if a player dies while in possession of any legendary fish, these fish will automatically be dropped.
Oh, so okay. Well, I mean,
this
fish always dropped.
Of risk to fishing, as players must ensure they safely transport these valuable catches to prevent loss, but will be more significantly rewarded for doing so. The quantity of legendary fish a player is carrying will also be visible on their nameplate, akin to called eyes, making the value of the current haul apparent to others. Furthermore, for those who prefer not to engage with this added level of risk and reward, there will be an option to drop/destroy a legendary fish.
I mean, if you're getting chased,
like maybe they catch one they don't think it's worth as much, or they just don't want to.
Or if somebody's chasing you and you know you're gonna get caught, you just destroy your fish.
So you don't have that feeling of like going out fishing, catch one right away, and you're like, okay, now I have like a target on my head 24/7. And we understand that some players want that risk, they want that extra reward, and some don't. And so it is optional where you can just destroy the fish if you don't want it. To be clear, you will not be able to destroy a fish once you're engaged in PvP.
Yeah.
When we write these patch notes, we avoid putting the 87 restrictions that we have in the game to avoid certain things to happen, because it would just make the patch notes very long, tedious, and boring to most. But just to be clear, if you are engaged in PvP with either
how
of
is
these,
the chat looking on this live stream? You definitely need some economists in your team. Shut up.
From all fish.
Who are you?
Additionally, players will drop a minimum of 10 regular fish upon death instead of 5. While we believe that a more substantial buff than the introduction of legendary fish and a 15% general increase in silver is warranted for fishing, we are planning to introduce an enhancement soon that will allow the use of various types of bait during fishing. Given this upcoming feature, we have
people just camp to turn in NPC. Yeah, that's part of it.
The buff to fishing
that's part of the game, dude.
As bait will offer a significant additional benefit to the activity. With this, basically the reason why is because if we, let's say, buff it, I don't know, let's just say 50%, right, instead of 15, and then we introduce the bait, well, we'd have to like nerf it back down to account for the bait, and we know exactly what's going to happen if we do that, because people, even if we mention very clearly that, hey, this will be temporary until bait comes in, we know what will happen, and so, yeah. Trade pack infamy changes. Recently, we announced that infamy gained from killing a player carrying a trade pack would be reduced to 50% of the standard amount. We have now decided to eliminate this penalty entirely. In other words, you will not gain any infamy for killing someone with a trade pack in a conflict or war zone.
Okay. That's good for PvP.
Okay. The trade pack system was designed to offer an intentional risk-reward dynamic and foster organic PvP interactions. We believe that acquiring infamy for killing someone with a trade pack contradicts this objective, leading players overlooking 95% of those carrying trade packs. So really, in the end of the day, the trade pack system is meant to be a risk-reward system in the game. It is meant to
I get a troll with some hockey.
And really just wasn't worth it. And, you know, the infamy system's in the game for a very clear reason, and I think everybody knows and understands that reason. However, it didn't make sense to have this applied to trade packs. Right?
I want them to see that.
It just completely kind of killed the mechanic.
Leafs,
if
go.
Players want to do 100% safe trade packs. They can do it in peace zones.
Oh, he doesn't
But
even
the
have a
fact that
sub button.
players are getting kind of punished for killing somebody that is taking that risk of going through a conflict or war zone or conflict zone more specifically.
I
makes no
feed
sense.
off the people whining
so-
in the patch day chat
Optimizing channels and
MMO
capacity.
whatever.
As previously mentioned, Ravendawn was intended to feature 4 regular channels and 1 war mode channel per world shortly after its launch, totaling 10 channels at launch to accommodate the density of players in early zones. However, with our launch being significantly larger than anticipated, we quickly expanded to nearly 40 channels across 2 worlds to manage the influx of players and the resulting density in early level zones. Anyone who was here at launch, you guys remember when we had 10 channels up on launch.
It was too much.
We added another 10 and opened another world the next day because not only did we have literally like 6-hour queues for most players, but the early zones were just packed with players. Because of this, we also reduced the channel capacity on those channels to make sure that people would be a little bit more spread out and spawns would not.
Why
have, like,
give
15,
PK
20 people in,
more
50
rewards
tiles. Over time,
and
players are
Pacific
spread out
players
in
only
levels,
getting
and with
penalty
that,
and
throughout the
target on their
game,
heads?
World's regions. Having 1,000 players.
Niter,
on
are you
a
drinking enough
channel
water?
in a
Getting enough
small,
rest?
low-level region poses a problem. However, 1,000 players spread across the full map is both healthy and leads to community interactions. Again, so kind of what I was just saying, when you have 1,000 people in like Blademire and Rona Woods and Ravencrest, it is a huge problem. It's just
It would
too
be
many
nice to
people.
lock trade
However,
pack
when you have
runs to
1,000 spread out
channels
across
with
the
a
map,
minimum
that's
amount
a
of
good thing.
players.
You don't want to see 800 players in like across the entire. You want to see as many as possible.
Lots of botters
With the
mining. There's no
distribution of the
botters
player
mining.
population across Ravendawn and significant improvements in server stability and optimizations since Ravendawn's launch, we are increasing the total capacity on all channels while at the same time reducing the number of channels on Angerhorn by 6 and Seraphine by 4 to promote better density across the world. So with all this, obviously, like, we also will be 100% transparent. Like, our
Increasing the
player
total
numbers
capacity
the
on
week we launch
channels.
are obviously lower, just like any game, any MMORPG of all time. They all go down. And so with that, it's also partially that, right? In the end of the day, we were intended to have 5 channels at this point. And so, you know, we do not feel we need to have close to 40 channels still. We know we don't. We can definitely have a tighter density with players. And so with this, what we're looking to do is really increase the density on all those channels. And while we could have just removed probably
I don't
4
run
and
into
3
nearly
on
enough
each,
players.
we decided instead we'll just increase the capacity a little bit as well, and then we'll do a couple more channels. So with that, I believe that means there will be 23 channels still, or more, 25 channels, 26 channels. But yes. Cinder Skull bundle. This is just a new bundle that we're adding. We also, every time something goes away, like the Founders Packs, for 2 weeks after, every day people were asking if there's a way that they can still buy it or whatever. To be clear, we don't offer this at all. If a bundle's gone, don't DM me. We don't do any exceptions. We never have, and we never plan to. If a bundle's gone, it's gone.
That looks pretty good.
The Trailblazer one will be available to March 12th. If you want it, get it before that. And please don't DM me asking for it afterwards. We don't make exceptions, okay? Just so you guys know. But we will have a new Cinder Skull bundle dropping today.
Oh, it's
you guys can look
expensive
at it
as
more on
fuck.
the website, when it's posted. I'll just kind of keep going through the patch notes.
Hey, yo, that's
Increased
so
the party
expensive.
experience buff bonus from 10 to 15% and added a 2% bonus for each additional member over the initial 2. Basically, what we were noticing is, one,
It looks
we do
sick,
want
though.
a slight increase to party EXP. I'll talk more about this in a minute, actually, because I think it's down here somewhere. We wanted to see a slight increase, but really we want to see also an increase for those that like do full groups as well. And it just didn't really make sense.
Yeah,
to
more
go many times
real
with
life
2
money
members.
content, bro.
So that's why we
he
made this adjustment.
Spent 5 seconds
And
on
we'll
the
talk about kind
Cinder
of doing
Skull
organic
bundle, and the
encouragement of
rest of the
party
patch
gameplay
notes
soon
have
and
been
why this kind of goes with that.
non-monetization stuff. Like, shut the
Unlock
fuck
the
up.
attainment of Two-Handed Sword player alpha cosmetics. I know this has been asked a million times. Added 10 additional unlockable inventory and bank rows. This has been, as obviously players have more stuff, this has been requested a lot. So I know there's a few people that are going to be DMing me very happy. Added 26 new Rangers Company tasks for Elder Coast and Frost Steps.
Added
creatures
10
to a cave
additional
at Crow Hollow
lockable.
Bog. The area was previously empty, and players can now find. Okay, I'm not going to go through all the There's so many of them.
Where is this guy?
Essentially, we also added
Where's
2
Puppers?
new waypoints for Hatterack Desert. I know most people are going to be super excited about that. We will post this in like 2 minutes, guys. I'll go slowly through it in case you want to like take a quick screenshot. We're going to be posting these
More
in, like,
bank
a few
slots
minutes.
to spend money on.
Change
Yay.
the Flame Lord Digin card. But I'll just go through kind of the main things. Effort system. Due to changes to the community and open world land, we've also made a couple changes to effort to keep up to date with the new land system and land quantity players can have. The current effort pool will now be the sum of all your current lands. Effort pool for community land. Again, this is basically just effort is being adjusted based on being able to own 3 pieces of land. Effort gain. Changes to some story quest rewards that were just like the level did not make sense for the actual reward. Enchantment runes has been asked a ton. It was basically just one of the rune types had the wrong color to it. And so we essentially just changed the stat because pretty much everyone buying it expected to get precision. They were getting impact. And yeah. Please slow down. I'm sorry. You're talking about my speaking. I will keep trying to be cognizant of that.
2 house each
if you're
player
talking
is
about
a
the patch
bullshit.
Notes, these will get posted in a couple minutes. I just wanted to go through like the big ones. And then these are kind of just small. Sneak peek of the Hatterack waypoints. I guess this is the current one. You can see the 2 new ones here. Fixes, again, just a ton of fixes. You guys can go through these on your own. Patch 1.07 and beyond. Key focus for us in version 1.7, 1.0.7 and beyond will be developing significant mid to late game objectives, level 50 plus, with an added emphasis on group and guild-based gameplay. Some of these objectives are already outlined on our roadmap, such as guild wars, forts, and strongholds, all of which contribute to the compelling aspiration to become the strongest players and guilds in Ravendawn. In addition to these, we are concentrating on more frequent day-to-day objectives, including consistent group-based boss challenges, which I'll probably talk a little bit about today, world boss events, which I'll probably also talk a little bit about today, dungeons, I may or may not talk about today, and Aether Gates, which I will likely talk about today. Aether Gates being a PvE and PvP.
More nerf and trade packs?
Event.
I didn't see any trade pack nerfs.
We're also introducing a highly requested feature to the Rangers Company tasks, the ability to share your tasks with your group.
I dislike this patch so far. You haven't even played it! You haven't even played the patch!
With a strong base and foundation, having attracted far more players than we ever could have anticipated. Your continued patience and trust in the game we're developing is deeply appreciated. We assure you that your feedback is valued, and we are continually shaping the game based on community input. So yeah, just kind of, I'll talk more about this after I go back and, Niels, you can post
this
that
patch
by the way.
fucked up fishing. You haven't even played it.
So he's gonna post those in a minute, guys. You guys can go through them in your own time. Ultimately, like looking forward, a huge focus for us now that we have kind of these core features that have been heavily requested, like community land, and many of the other things we have in this patch.
2 more TPs added to the desert, just in time for me to finish Hatterack.
Organically encouraging group gameplay. It's something that right now, obviously, when it comes to
dual
party
system,
bonus,
thank
you
you.
can make this 150% bonus EXP to partying up and artificially kind of force people into party place gameplay. But we want to make it feel organic. We want to make the reason that you want to party up not just the small EXP boost.
Node
but
to
it's more
guild
about,
mafias.
okay, what can I do if I have a tank and I'm an AoE player? Or what can I do if I have a tank, a healer, and 2 DPS? Like, what can I do in situations like that make it beneficial, right? Is there a spawn that is worth going to with 2 players because he has 1 build and I have 1 build? Or is it you know, what ways can we do that organically? And one of the biggest things.
What about the infinite farm of ice foxes?
Again, we'll talk a bit more about this in the stream. But kind of the plans that we have with group-based boss challenges and more
edit houses
challenges.
system
Again,
without
day-to-day
risk,
very
please.
clearly here. The idea is that it's not just a weekly thing or something like that, but it is something that will be a huge part of the game and will have more of that community element where it's like, okay, I want my core group that I'm playing with.
Let's talk about RMT. I was wrongfully banned for it. Nah,
right
you
now,
weren't.
really, most of the benefits to guild are pretty minor. And, you know, we talk about Fort Wars,
Patch
and
Liberado,
Guild Wars, and Strongholds and stuff like that is coming. But in the end of the day, those are still like big kind of weekly goals. They're not like daily constant things. And so we're looking to add both, right? We want to add that big objective with those Guild Wars over forts, but we also want to add those consistent daily, you know, reasons to want to play with a group and have other people. Need actual aggro system first, because the current one really doesn't work for group play at all. Absolutely. Yeah, 100%. It absolutely does need a change first. Yeah, we've been pretty clear though that that the aggro system will be changed before we put in like significant group PvE in the game. Yeah, people are saying it does work. It does work, obviously, but it's very unintuitive compared to most MMORPGs. Okay, chat is going really fast. It is in slow-mo, but there's 4,000 people in here, which is crazy.
Crazy, dude. He's doing well.
Yeah, did not. That's wild, but. Well, 4,000 people between Twitch and YouTube, but
he's on YouTube as well.
3,900 of it. Sorry, YouTube chat. I do see YouTube chat, by the way. Neos confirmed he posted it 3 minutes ago, by the way, guys. So anyone asking, you just got to go to our website and you can get it from there.
Cast on mouse over, please. At least somebody's in here talking about the. What is this? What is this guy talking about?
All right. We'll do questions now.
Mining is the main problem in economy. How are you planning to deal with this?
I knew I get way too sidetracked
less channels.
If I did questions, and I know people wanted me to get through most of the patch notes. So,
Flora Harper, what's going on?
Please don't do like New World that forces people to play on groups to make any profit. Well, yeah, I mean clearly that's not our goal, and clearly the way that the game is right now does not.
Oh boy, here we go.
If anything, right now we feel like we need reason for people to want to have that group element. So.
Nothing, just chilling.
I just want to read the past note. Post them. They've been posted, man, for 4 minutes since you said that.
What an idiot.
Again, a lot of you asking where to read the
Three
patch
houses
notes.
will fuck casual
website,
players. Shut up.
Right there.
Three house games. Shut up. So having land outside is more useless than it was before.
Why is ETUP and Abhack banned in chat? I don't set those mod perms or restrictions or whatever. I assume probably because people are always like both sides are clearly at war in the game constantly, and it's usually both sides communities and guilds that are always at war in chats. So they probably just removed it so that it's not this constant meta discussion of those two guilds angry at each other. So
smart.
Listen, streamer drama is a real thing, okay? They love the drama. To be fair, it gets some views, right? That's why they do it. I get it. I respect it. I respect the hustle. It's no surprise that every streamer that has drama, their viewership goes from, goes 4x suddenly. They go from a no name to actually having some viewers. So, code doesn't do anything, guys. We'll do a giveaway.
Code
later.
Doesn't do anything, guys.
If you're spamming code, we'll just end up blocking that for now.
Block code, man. Do it. Why are you so pretty, my baby? What the fuck?
Matter, are there any plans to decentivize alt characters? Yes.
Exclamation
and no.
point, dumbasses.
Obviously, the game is not designed around wanting people to have alts. It's also not allowed because at the end of the day, if they're not playing on two accounts at a single time, why you can't really just we wouldn't ban that, obviously. No game ever would. Obviously playing
David Thomas, thanks for the follow. I appreciate it. Welcome to the stream.
In terms of decentivizing it, we have a few changes that we want to make to decentivize it.
I think they did it.
But those aren't coming in this patch. Problem is a lot of the things that we want to use to decentivize it also heavily either decentivize free-to-play players or casual players. And so that's really tough, right? Because in the end of the day, someone playing 16 hours a day is going to
I'm well. How are you?
You know what I mean? And if we make it so hard to do an alt, well, that's going to also at the same time punish someone who's just playing a couple hours a day, right? So. I have 30 KK. That's 375 KK experience. To be clear, math isn't exactly correct there. But to be clear, you're not buying EXP. You still have to unlock all this EXP. So it's not like you can literally log in, buy all that EXP, just to be clear. Yeah, just by the way, people are some people are saying, some people are asking if we're gonna put them in the, or if we can put them in the shop, and other people are getting mad at them saying, no, don't tell them to do that. We won't be, just to be clear. Milk teas will not be in the shop.
Scroll to party XP.
Enable EXP sharing with lower friends. They will be working on the mentor system, the balancing of it this weekend. Can you add mass use for supply bags? We will be, yes. Again, guys, with a lot
that
of
guy
things,
asked
it's
that
just
question
priority.
100 times and finally got noticed.
We just work on things in the pace that we feel is required. So if you know, community land we felt was significantly more important, and yeah.
I hate when people show up now. He's been live for an hour. He covered everything, and people show up now, an hour late, and start asking the most ridiculous asinine shit.
Farm nodes for iron and copper. Yeah,
you
possibly.
promised the preset builds.
No,
definitely did not.
With that, it wouldn't be anything in the near future, but we have considered like adding more to what you can do on community or on land in general. Sorry, I read community.
Are you kidding me with that 3 lands?
Land on general. For example, having possibly like a mining rig on your land, stuff like that. Do you get infamy for attacking somebody who holds a legendary fish? You do not. Just like Cold Eyes. Are the modes that got lost in the bug returned to players? I assume you mean like the Pagnition bug where like you can only see 120 plus. They're all still there. You just weren't able to see them. But that I said it was fixed in this patch. So yeah, guys, 90% of the questions being asked. 90% of the questions being asked are in the patch notes. So I apologize. I'm skipping through a lot.
Yeah, before you ask any questions, read the patch notes, right?
Like, it says in the patch notes or whatever, because then at least they still get answered. But obviously, like 90% of the questions right now
Smart enough.
literally said in the patch notes. So
the large house bug, there's no way you have a large house.
Happening on that front. We're working on additional ones. Like we right now provide a lot of payment methods compared to most games. In the end of the day, though, there will always be
running
away. Of, like, payment methods. We're working on a big one with Poland right now, or for Polish players right now. Keep in mind, guys, like anything with payment methods, banks, providers takes a long time when you're a business, right? If you're personal, yeah, setting up something is really, really quick. But the amount, as soon as you set it up, it's not just like making an account. As soon as you have like a certain amount of volume, they right away need certain paperwork. They need like legal opinions, stuff like that. These things take a lot of time because it takes us a day to get them the legal opinion, takes them 3 weeks to review it, right? So most of the time when it comes to that stuff, but we understand that there's certain countries that right now don't have like proper payment checkout methods. And you guys obviously want to get patron and you guys want to get cosmetics and stuff. And I apologize, but with that, you know, it takes time.
Got mistakenly banned for RMT.
And
no,
again,
it wasn't a mistake.
A lot of payment options already, but yeah.
Start a new character. I'm running an ad, guys, on Twitch. Whetstones to bars, asking the real questions.
Ask about future cosmetics X Raven. Yeah, so you were basically just saying, please don't make the. We'll talk about that in a bit. We'll talk about that once I go through just a few more questions. Actually, you know what? I'll just make a notepad note so I don't forget. Because I know this is obviously like a poll with like, I think we had like 10,000 responses. Yeah, we did. We literally maxed on our responses, which, by the way, is insane that many people will go through like polls and feedback things. Is absolutely crazy and amazing. And thank you so much that you guys are like that active, because it really does help us with certain things. And hearing your guys' voice in like a
my
very,
wife is gone and I can
structured way. But yeah. Preset builds will come. Again, guys, we can only do so much every week, right? Every developer in the world, I see it because we get literally messages all the time from game devs, know how much we're doing in a week and how insane this is. But there's going to be some things that just take time. We can't work any faster than we are. We literally cannot work more hours than we are. Things will just take time. It's as simple as that. Can we get the patch notes posted before the game's back up? They've been posted for 15 minutes on the website. Does milk tea take the spot of a drink buff, or is it additive? It is additive.
Hire me for QA
so it's not
intern.
Like it doesn't.
No, thanks.
It won't ruin another one of your buffs.
You got the job. Congratulations.
Again, there's a lot of people thinking that milk tea, you drink it, you get 10K experience. That's not how it works, guys. You still have to earn the experience, and then it's a bonus on top of that. A lot of people scared, can I just buy 1 million milk teas? Just to be super clear. Again, this is all mentioned in the patch notes, but I understand sometimes it helps if I clear things up. So. I have Trailblazer. What happens with my Discord badge color if I buy Cinder Charge? So all limited bundles give the same color. Obviously, there's only so many colors in the world, right? So not every single bundle will have a different color, but it is essentially a limit. It's essentially a bundle color. However, the badge, I believe you get both. I'll check with Neos on that. Yeah, guys. So something that Neo said is being asked a ton is, I expanded quite a bit on this already, but with the land ownership changes, to be clear, basically this will mean players are able to get level 70 players and players that progress through the game will basically be able to get double the total amount of land, right? Compared to one large, they'll get a medium and a small. This is intentionally supposed to be more production. This is 100% intentional. Anyone concerned about that means there's going to be more materials in the market? We intentionally want that. We want there to be more materials because a huge issue right now is a lack of materials. For every one person concerned about more materials in the market, there are 5 others saying it is impossible to get started crafting. It is impossible to go into these things because the materials are so under supported. There's just not enough. This is intentional. The other side also, for the extra EXP, the fact that you'll get more EXP from it, that is also intentional. Just to be clear. Any plans for new music? Yeah, our composer has been working on new music since launch. But that stuff takes time, right? To do good music, it takes time.
I'm not playing anymore with you fucking...
Yeah, and anyone asking just about crafting materials...
Graphic designers, fuck off.
Like the ones that you have to get from mob drops. There's a few things. One, the progression changes, guys. Again,
what made me quit was the fact I couldn't get a decent tier 4 dagger due to drop rate of the cunning item from mobs. And also you require 2 daggers.
Sometimes hard to put everything
then
together.
You get terrible rolls.
15 minutes.
Keep grinding.
When you guys are saying we want to be able to get faster crafting materials from creatures, again, I think it's important to read this part and understand what that means and how that means right here. And again, if we feel that it is still on the low side and that we would like to see it a little bit higher, easy, we'll make changes. Inactive players should lose their open land houses. They do if they do not log in. Rent is not enough. Agreed. That's why if they don't log in, they will lose it. We might add something a little more aggressive in the future, but you also got to understand that we need to be really careful that someone doesn't go on a 2-week vacation and it comes back and all their land is gone, right? That's also not really fair. And so, but we're working on a few ideas there.
Hey, Nider, haters
Also,
are gonna hate, but the
there
game is
may
great.
be a handful of land.
Oh my
opening up
God!
Over the next
Fuck off!
24 hours.
With the
some RMT
goddamn
people being banned. That are
graphic
holding the
designers,
land to
man.
sell it for
How
real
many of you are gonna come in here today?
We kind of have a hit
Go
list
away.
already, and so there will be some open world land opening up here.
With 1,000 players per channel, mining will almost be impossible the way it is. Well, then the prices of everything will increase. Can you please enable drops on Twitch? They're
What about
enabled.
repurchasing normal and soulbound items. Oh yes, people that are kind of asking like, what about a certain quest reward or item that I destroyed or whatever, which probably shouldn't do. We will be adding an NPC that essentially sells rewards for quests that you've completed. Obviously, this takes quite a bit of time, guys, right? There's a lot to check there. We need to make an NPC that dynamically updates with every single quest storage that you have, and have every quest item in there. But we will be adding this to the game at some point.
What is this
soon.
mentor abusers?
So those of you who did like get rid of a certain item will be able to get that item back. I was banned for RMT, which I didn't.
You read it.
Manually check this case. So I just got to be clear, guys, on the botting stuff, because I get like 50 DMs a day for being banned for botting or RMT. We manually investigate every case that our enhanced detection also catches.
Boom.
We don't just randomly ban based on the
Get
enhanced detection.
fucked.
Which is like 99.9% accurate. We also manually check every case. So if you're saying that you did not pot, like 99% of people that were banned for cheating will say they didn't do it.
Absolutely.
Games work. 99%
Absolutely.
will say it. Only 1% will just accept it. 99% will at least shoot their shot and try and get unbanned.
Yeah.
I can say that we go through like 50 appeals a day, and almost every single time they were just 100% guilty. So I appreciate the people that come into chat and try to freak people out saying I was banned unfairly, and they're just randomly banning people. You probably were not. We still go through your exact case when you contact us, but that doesn't change the result. And we understand why. Yeah, we understand what happens. We understand we ban somebody, and they either lose their shit in the Discord, or they like. We understand how this works. But if you cheated, you cheated, and it's sad because I know. At times people get like really easily pushed into it. So for example, someone sends them a YouTube of like, oh, look at this phishing bot. LOL, it's so easy. And then the next day they get banned and they message us like, hey, I'm sorry, but like someone in the Discord shared this. And it just looked like, okay, like everyone's doing it. I want to do it. And then they get banned like within an hour. And then
I'm going to run an ad.
Get upset about it. And they're
on Twitch. I'm running ads on Twitch.
If you cheated, you cheated. Like you knew what you were doing. You actively chose to do it. Yeah, like I don't.
Please free Dank. I saw that. The people are going to camp the fish NPC ports and attack you for free. What's the plan to combat that? Don't turn in legendary fish. What is he laughing at? Read it. Read it. What is he laughing at?
Channels or trade pack value is not based on channels, just to be clear. So it's not channel specific. Someone was just asking a question about that. So,
well, it kind of is. I mean, war mode channel.
Can we have many houses open world? No, you can only have one open world piece of land.
One open world piece of land. So I might do a small house open world.
Can you comment on automated system of unlocking new trade packs? Many disagree it works properly. Like why Acorn trade packs were available for 2 weeks now. Acorn wasn't in game, but User Box still isn't. Yeah. So, I think there's a change about this in this patch. If not, it's the next patch. But I think it's this patch. Essentially, there was a certain material. I believe it was moonberries that was in.
That's good. Can we reduce the time to change channels and not only in waypoints?
These were removed. However, the automated system that has the threshold set, we didn't adjust that. It wasn't adjusted based on that material being removed. So those trade packs were originally really high-level trade packs, but we wanted to make more trade packs that were available early. That is why certain trade packs that were like, why would this be locked, were locked. So I believe that drop schedule has changed now. Otherwise, it will be next patch.
I don't know if everything's gonna drop in price or everything's.
Sorry, just a lot of repeat questions.
One
So I'm
down,
just
chat.
continuing to scroll through. Sorry, just
One
a
down.
lot of repeat questions. So I'm just continuing to scroll through.
I see the free dank in chat.
More variety of
We need
fish.
to
Yeah,
stop it.
definitely. We want to add quite a few more fish. There's a few
Who
other
the
things we
fuck
want
are
to add to
these
fish.
people,
Variety of
bro?
fish. Yeah, again, we want to add all in terms of priority.
I've
and what
literally
the
never
timing is.
heard of these people
Again,
before.
all in terms of priority and what the timing is. So, any plans about mining? It is already very overcrowded.
I have no
Everything
idea who
involving
these
iron is
people are,
expensive.
dude.
Yeah, I'd say there's a very strong chance in next patch. There's some more mining locations.
Hank is reformed. Free him from jail, please. Leave me out of this, okay?
Let's see what Dank thinks.
Optimistic? No, dude. I'm not a fan of over half of these. I think over half of these are in the wrong direction. Over half of these changes are out of touch.
Alongside lands, that was unclear. I think we were pretty clear, weren't we? You now also have up to 3 houses you're able to decorate, upgrade, and customize, while you'll benefit from the bonus of rooms and multiple houses.
Thanks, a
You won't be able to
doomer.
stack the same room
I'm a
type and multiple
realist,
houses.
Aether, alright? I'm not a doomer, I'm a realist.
Are we gonna see more
Doomer's
libraries?
gonna doom.
Are
I
you
can't
sure
fucking
all
wait,
libraries don't
dude.
have books?
I'm
Like
not a
that
doomer on
are
that game, dude.
lore-filled?
Doomer's gonna
I'm
doom.
a coping zoomer, dude.
Open zoomer. I'm a coping zoomer, dude.
Still on the Trayback topic, are there any plans for Trayback releases more in line with being just based on level is not the best system? It's obviously better than having no system there.
I love that guy.
But we
I do.
definitely agree that we will be changing it to be based on, instead of like legacy level, it'll check for the amount of people that have unlocked it, for example. So if only like 2 people have unlocked it based on the legacy progression, they would not unlock.
I don't think he's said. Did he say anything about presets?
How can community help translate your game to other languages? Unfortunately, we can't do this community driven, obviously. We will have more languages in the future. Like we definitely plan to do Spanish and Polish. But yeah.
Spanish and Polish. No French?
Now there's a lot of
wanna see
minerals.
this.
What's wrong with you people? Yeah, again, a lot of questions that are just in the patch notes, guys. It seems like a lot of people maybe just like got to a certain part and just stopped reading and start and asked their question. I encourage you to read through the full patch notes, then ask your question. And if it's still unclear, I'll try to make it. I'll try and clear it up. Let's go down to.
Go Leafs, go! He's got to watch hockey, right?
We'll leave it at why the.
When do they play?
Do lightning fish.
When do they play next?
If you have an issue with like the bandit icon, open a Discord ticket about it. I'll let them know to dig into that. It's literally like a handful.
I don't know if
people.
he can see
I apologize for those
BTTV
that have an
emotes,
iPhone
right?
on
And
screen
he's,
because of it.
he just sees
But
me
it,
typing
you know, you
party
gotta understand
parrot.
The prioritize stuff.
Go Leafs
if
go.
5 people or 20 people or even 100 people have an issue, but there's 1,000 people with another thing, we have to tackle that first, right? But obviously we're significantly more on top of stuff than we were weeks ago, just because we've been able to solve a ton of problems. And so with that, we're able to get to those more niche cases. So
More Ravencrest
Fishing
emblems
pond
to
and patch
upgrade
notes.
more houses. There's a ton out
giveaway
there.
will be soonish here. I'm just
Well,
gonna keep going through a little
That's
more
a good
questions,
question.
and then maybe talk a little bit about the future stuff to come here. But any thoughts on adding effective level by the player name to make it more visible for everybody? Yeah, probably. We just don't want to like blow up the nameplate UI too much, right? We don't want it to just, you know, it becomes a huge eyesore. But there's certain information that's obviously important to have on there, and having effective level and probably legacy level too.
Hey,
would be
dude.
cool to have. But yeah, I mean, effective level is more important to have there.
Good luck.
For sure, for the sake of like PvP and stuff. But no, we need levels on people.
Oh, effective levels on people.
Who would like to see us add effective level on nameplates? Type of 1, type of 2, if no.
1. You
again,
absolutely,
consider, guys, like,
absolutely.
there's a genuine
Oh,
question.
that
Consider
is,
it'll make the screen busier, right?
that is overwhelming.
So keep that in mind. Don't just instantly.
Well, then give us the option.
Seems probably like 80% 1s, 20% 2s, roughly. Oh, okay. Like a kill feed. Yeah, kill feed would be fun. Put it on the battle list. Yeah, it's not a bad idea. Hi, Nighter. Hope you're having a good day. Appreciate you holding a stream for us. Yeah, no, of course.
Yeah, remove name tags entirely.
Live poll, go. It's not important of enough thing for a live poll, but there'll probably be or maybe there'll be a live poll that we do. Limit 3 houses per account. Yeah, that's something that we were kind of lightly mentioning earlier.
I would love to not see anybody's name tag.
You keep asking the same question about mining channels. Oh, wait, sorry. No, this is a different guy. You're in YouTube chat. I did just respond about mining like 4 minutes ago, though. So
I'll ask it in YouTube chat then,
Are
too.
there plans to add crafters' names to the crafted items? Kind of like whenever you fish? Yeah, possibly. I think that'd be fun. Yeah, possibly. I think that'd be fun. Base 2-handed hammer outfit. Hammer outfit, dual axe outfit, and mace shield outfits are coming soon here. Like quite soon. Oh, yeah. Something that I want to talk about. Here. This has been this is something that we did a poll on. Again, we had like 10K people respond to the poll on it. Basically, we did a poll. Actually, I can maybe. Oh no, I think I removed it because we hit our limit, so people couldn't vote anymore on it. Basically, the poll was. Actually, I can get it. Let me pull up what the actual poll was. Sword and shield wear mace skin. I just said mace and shield is coming. What do you mean? What do you mean? Will we have sea bosses one day? 100%.
Absolutely. Krakens and shit? For sure.
So basically we did a poll.
Any plans to
We did a
introduce guns as a new
poll
weapon type?
asking regarding the
That
possibility of offering
that's a
latest
good
toys to
one.
Player outfit cosmetics.
I like that.
While still having them obtained in game. We did an original poll before this that was like 95% wanted a way to get cosmetics.
Oh, he
without
said
having
that's
that
in the
being only
works.
in-game.
I'm swapping to.
Then
Are you kidding
did a
me?
secondary follow-up poll
To a
regarding the possibility to
freaking
offer a way to
musket?
support us through player outfit cosmetics while still having them obtained in game. How would you
Please
like us
free
to do
dank.
this? Would you like us to do a hybrid model? And we explained context in the announcement. The announcement should still be there for the context in the question, actually. A hybrid model or a separated model. For context, hybrid model would essentially mean that all of the ones currently in game would be available for
End stair
coins
PvP,
and for in-game
please.
items. You can get them either way
Remove
you
all
want.
the stairs in the
Separated model
game.
meant that they would not essentially be able to be done that way. But obviously with the caveat that you also would never be able to get those unless you get
caveat,
right?
YouTube channel.
Most of you guys know.
Oh, sorry, I don't need to type it twice.
Vast majority of the vote was still for that hybrid model. However, we also do agree with the concerns that people had about a hybrid model in terms of like the people that wanted a separated model and why they wanted it. And really the intention was, hey, we want a way to show off what we did in game only. We want to make sure that people know, hey, we got this 100% in game, pure in-game gameplay. So again, while this was quite a bit of the minority,
I mean, if you really
we
want
do
your
agree with
questions
their
answered,
concern, and we
go
always
to,
mention the polls, guys. We will do them to hear your guys' input, but that doesn't change the fact that we'll still do what we think is best. And at the end of the day, we don't think a pure hybrid model is the best, where every in-game cosmetic exactly can be obtained.
2 words.
And
Dense
feel
log.
It's very important that
Dense
these,
log.
are different. So when someone's walking around with a certain
So
cosmetic,
fucking dramatic.
they are showing that they only got this by in-game gameplay.
Nerf
They were able
hybrid.
to get this with
Like,
coins.
what?
But at the same time, we also acknowledge that majority of people did want a way to get.
People
a lot of these
think
cosmetics
they
that
know
would
what
like
they
in the
want.
game.
They're wrong a lot. Keck
And so,
W.
and so we kind of found our own middle ground approach that we really like, which is essentially we will have variants of existing cosmetics. So sorry, I can like barely see this because it's on my OBS. So I'm gonna bring up a bigger one. One sec. So essentially, the idea is that we will have a Raven coin version and a base version that is obtained only in game. So the original ones will be obtained only in game, and you will be able to get variant ones. We'll probably just have like one variant for each, but we wanted to kind of show. Yeah, I appreciate all the kind words, guys. Our team did a really cool job with the variants, because in the end of the day, like, it is pixel art. There is
Those
a
look
level
pretty
of
sick.
commitment to even just doing variants. But we're very happy with how they turned out. Again, we'll probably do like
Those
one
all look sick. I'm
variant
gonna run
for
an ad on
each.
Twitch.
We might do like a
the
vote
more I
where we
run,
can vote on their favorite
the more
variant, but at the end of the
interruption
day,
free time we get.
Basically, every single in-game obtained cosmetic will only be obtained in-game, and the version that you can get with Raven coins will be a variant, and so it'll be very obvious. Someone will be
Nice.
like, okay, this is the shop one versus this is the in-game obtained one.
Yeah, those
Zoom,
outfits do look
sorry,
good.
let me,
That red and white
shit,
one.
hold on, can I just go like that? Okay, I can go.
Yeah,
like
you
It's a
can.
little pixelated because I don't have like the raw version of the file. But here you can. I'll go like this. Here you can see some of the variants.
That
Again, these
that
are all just,
one's
like, tests.
sick.
These are all mock-ups, guys. So like to be clear, like
This
some of
one's
these in
sick.
here, I really don't think look good, and we won't be.
That
using
one
them.
looks sick.
But I just wanted to quickly share this, and so I just grabbed a proof from
Says
the
they don't.
art team.
Which ones don't look good?
Yeah, work in progress. So
Are we looking at the same things?
the pixel art is pixelated. Yeah, a little different from what I mean. That's the problem, is I didn't get like the actual organic resolution or pixels, and so instead it's like
Instance
blurred. It's
PvP.
not, like pixeled, you know. Does that make sense?
Battlegrounds.
So it doesn't look great, but essentially this is our idea. Again, we know that vast majority wanted hybrid, but there was a really fair argument for people that didn't want a hybrid model. And we feel like we found a really cool middle ground where the people that wanted a hybrid model, they're like, hey,
Except
we
my
like these cosmetics, they
Facebook
want to
friend
them.
request.
We'll
See
have
that?
that variant. But then those people who are
Accept
like,
my
hey, I wanna
Facebook
show
friend
off that I
request.
got this purely in game. They will still have that original show off. So yeah, just so you guys know. And that's why we said, like, even when people were, concerned when we did the poll, which we understand, like, that's why we don't do polls on a lot of stuff, because even if we're just like asking people, like, they're like, oh my God, like, this is happening now, I'm
Right.
upset. Like,
Right.
in the end of the day, we do polls to get community reception. We got that reception. We agreed with both sides' concerns, and we feel like we came up with a really good solution. And clearly, everyone's very happy with the solution. So, well, I say everyone. There's always going to be 1 or 2 people, or 1% that are going to be upset for sure. But my Ravendawn or my Raven Boost legendary is 118%. Don't drop. There's people with way higher than that like DM me or like, is this bugged? I assure you it's not. They're just very hard to get. They're very rare. So 118 is low. You got to get those numbers up. Okay.
Damn.
Yeah. Nice solution. Yeah. Thank you.
Just tore that guy a new one. Damn. Just said GG, get good, kid.
Balik, that was already fixed in our reboot a few days ago. Hey, Nighter, if trade packs no longer give infamy, will Cold Eyes and Legendary Fish still grant infamy? I swear, did we not include that? I swear we had that in here. But no, Cold Eyes and Legendary Fish, or if you kill someone with Cold Eyes and Legendary Fish, you will not get infamy either. They behave, for all intents and purposes, the same as trade packs do.
Big raid from Volgo Gecko.
You did include it? Okay, thank you. Oh, talk about Steam. So yeah, I just wanted to kind of lightly talk about Steam.
Oh,
guys.
Steam!
We are approved for Steam launch. However, to be super clear, we will not be like launching on Steam next week or even next month.
No, obviously
a
not.
little bit of time.
I gotta
we will be
prepare.
going up on Steam.
I have to prepare for
probably
Steam launch
in the next month, in terms of like a certain date, probably, as well as likely, you know, like the ability to wish list and stuff. It'll be free, but wish list.
It'll be
also probably do
free.
some cool things related to that. There may be new weapons coming. So for you, those of you who are, you know, really wanting new
That
weapons,
would be new class then, wouldn't it?
those may
Oh,
be
no, it
coming.
Guns.
But anyways, yeah, really with that, I just wanted to let you guys know, like, it's not like people were like, oh my god, Steam's coming like next week. It is not. But we are approved for it now, and or we have been for a hot minute. We
Necromancer
always had to figure out a
class,
few
spawn
things with them as well, 'cause
skeletons.
we're a larger size project, and so we need to do it the right way.
Hell yeah,
And,
throwing knives. Yeah,
And
you
with
can already
that,
throw knives.
We will have it be going up soon.
You think it's only gonna be a MOA? Come on.
As like kind of wish list or just like the date and stuff like that. And with that as well, we will probably have a few fun things coming with it, like possibly new weapons and a few other things too. But yeah, new weapon types, to be clear, not like new tiers, but new weapon types. There'll be achievements in Steam. There will very likely be achievements for all of Ravendawn soon. Also, another kind of little leak. We'll also have leaderboards coming too. Do I like
PvP
border collies
leaderboards.
as a dog? Both my dogs are Aussie Shepherds. Bandit looks a lot like a border collie though, 'cause he's black and white. But he is a tricolor Aussie Shepherd. He's just scuffed. A little scuffed.
He's scuffed.
But they're amazing dogs. They're incredibly smart.
That shows his age.
Incredibly
Saying
loving.
something is
They
scuffed.
always want to be around you and on your lap and beside you. They're amazing dogs. But they can get into trouble if they're not mentally stimulated enough or don't get enough exercise. So if you get one, you know, make sure you like going hiking, stuff like that, or have a yard or whatever. We didn't get a dog until we had a fenced yard because we knew we wanted it to be able to run around and stuff. So
He's got a fenced yard in Vancouver. How's that possible?
Crossbows and crossbow skins. It does. I do think that physical range needs a second weapon type. Whether it's crossbows or not, though, I can't say yet. But crossbows would make sense. Throwing axes.
They're adding throwing axes.
Guns. Heart.
Guns.
Gun confirmed boomerangs. Spear time. Ninja shurikens. Muskets. Okay, look, see, you need to calm down there. Steampunk guns. Yeah, I mean, when it comes to kind of that steampunk style of guns, that very well, a technological age may hit Ravendawn one day, but not this day, and not in like the near future.
Did you hear that?
That might happen.
Did you hear that?
Yeah, actually, the two-handed hammer outfit, it's actually throwing hammers. So, two-handed throwing hammers. Where are the Ravendawn patch notes posted? On the website, on Ravendawn.
Oh,
online,
really?
And then you just go to the news section.
Where are the patch notes posted? Machine bazookas. Next patch.
Will Steam launch overload our current channels? Okay, yeah. So to be clear, guys, there will be a lot more channels added for Steam launch. Yeah, like I can't talk too much on that, guys, because there's obviously a lot that'll be with that. But yeah, we will obviously have way
Adding more
support,
archetypes.
because Steam does bring a
that would
metric
be
ton of
tough.
players.
That would be cool, but it'd be tough. Because if you to add an archetype, you're adding.
Where the F are the patch notes. If you go to our website and go to news, where the other patch notes are usually posted, that's where they are. Also, I think they also.
Who puts their patch notes on their website? Like, seriously, grow up.
Oh, sorry.
Running an ad on Twitch. Gotta make money off you guys. Make
When you
$3
said more rooms
this
for
month.
houses, would that suggest something like fishing rooms, mining rooms, potentially? Also, probably like combat power rooms. Any plans for a Southeast Asia server? Possibly.
Go Leafs, go.
They didn't link them in Discord yet. Yeah, I'll tell them to post it in Discord as well.
Go Leafs, go. Go Leafs, go. Leafs beat Buffalo last night. Overtime. Winner.
Any plans for stair
Matthews?
markers on the minimap? Yeah, 100%. We definitely.
I might
plan to do
just
that.
I might just yell "Go Leafs, go" at him. Go Leafs, go.
Also, people asking about emblems for having more houses. We'll definitely have more ways to obtain more emblems coming.
PvP
they won't be coming
battlegrounds.
in this patch, obviously, otherwise it would have been mentioned. But some of the things we talk about here at the end will likely be related to those.
That'd be so laggy.
You know what? I think I might as well just talk about them now. Oh no, sorry. I did answer that question. Okay, I was like, oh shoot, I wanted to answer this question, but I already did. Have you thought about having a peaceful only server for those who don't want to get PvP'd? Probably not.
That's actually a good idea. I mean, right?
Regions for a reason, and Ravendawn is not designed around a game that could be 100% no PvP.
I mean, it could be, but it would be. I mean, you could create a private peaceful server.
Niter, could you talk about dungeons and bosses and how gameplay rules are going to be effective? Yeah, I mean that's that's a massive, obviously, topic. But one, the aggro system will be completely revamped for when we have
Aggro
more
system
PvE content.
revamp, yeah.
And number two,
Game up.
sorry. Number two, in terms of dungeons, we have a few ideas that we really like on dungeons. There's a chance it won't be as common, like as copy pasta as what most games dungeon systems are like.
Okay.
But that doesn't change the fact that like the titans of PvE, like the most successful PvE MMORPGs, they have their dungeon set up in a way for a reason because it is a proven good model. But I think there's some unique twists that we can do on it. Yeah. Are there any mechanics in the game to prevent high levels from ganking low players? Yeah, you get increased infamy when you kill somebody outside your level range.
Reduced infamy in
Are
mines.
dungeons
Jesus
envisioned
Christ.
envisioned to be instanced or open world? That's kind of in between. We actually are not 100% set on either side because there's lots of merit to both. To be clear, we have a lot of things that we want to be open world. That are kind of mentioned here, and so having dungeons as well open world might kind of conflict with their already purpose, because to be clear, when I talk about dungeons, it's kind of split in dungeons and raids, and one of them may be open world and one of them may not be. It's my easiest way to say it without keep in mind, guys, people asking for open world, there are many cool parts about open world dungeons. There's also a lot of shitty parts about open world dungeons, and so that's something to consider. But the idea of that or raids being open world and one of them being not is interesting. There's a lot of ideas we're working with here. So
Dungeons will drop items? Oh, no. Oh, heavens, no.
Dungeons will drop items. Yeah.
Come on, guys. Obviously, right? Shiny progress trackers? It's a good one.
Strongholds will be like guild houses that you can lose in wars. So yeah, to share lightly on that, forts are the larger guild houses. Strongholds are the smaller ones. Forts are quite a bit larger, and also have some special benefits. Again, strongholds and forts are not just like a piece of land. They have some very unique benefits, like warforging your weapons, which unlock a new ability for them. Forts and forts will be fought over in guild wars in the game, and so guilds will fight over these forts. Strongholds will be bidded over in the game. Currently, that might change. Again, the amount of forts we have per world is not a lot for how many guilds we have. This was planned around the idea of us having a lot less players, so a lot less guilds, so we didn't need as many forts, right? And so there's a chance that we might make it so strongholds are actually obtained the exact same way as forts, but they're like the lower reward, if that makes sense. But we're not 100% sure on this just yet. Right now, base strongholds would be bidded over and controlled for a month. Forts would be fought over with guild wars and controlled for a shorter period of time. Can't believe I'm sitting here this long watching ... Twitch ... Yeah. Well, I appreciate you being here. I know. Yeah, never mind.
I mean, you could just put mining nodes everywhere rather than just in specific mines. Right? Just put them everywhere. Put it outside town. Make it totally random. Make it like one every...
Yes, so the weekly tax is based on how much community land you have. So if you unlock all 3 community lands, you'll be paying tax on all 3 of them, just so you guys know.
And I'll be easily making that money back, boy.
Yeah, if I am, it's
easy,
the sun
boy.
just went up over. Like,
I have one level up so I can grab the community land.
My hair is glowing because the sun's just gone up in the mountains. Now I'm blinded. But yeah, so the lighting's going to be completely fucked.
Leona, friend request.
The sun will go over that part of the mountain in like 20 minutes. Probably.
Whoa, Timmy, you get me in trouble.
Oh man, I looked in the sun too long. Now I can't reach out. Oh, I should also be checking Neos's messages here just in case.
Damn, the sun came up and just totally fucked up his camera.
Oh, okay. Neos is preparing. He'll post the patch notes link in the Discord when the maintenance is done, because he's also going to be doing an announcement when the maintenance is done.
I would like more skills on archetypes better than weapon types. No.
I talked about presets a few times here. Again, we're just working in priorities. We've made like super clear that this patch was a very important patch for us to get in, mainly because of the community land. So that has been our priority. These things have been our priority.
Is the game AI developed?
Hotkey remapping, presets. Like, we understand people want these. The UIs are already done for them. They just need to be implemented. Again, we can only do so many things at a time, though.
Hotkeys are done.
So I apologize. I know it sucks. It's like, you want those features. I get that. There's so many features that are desired by the community. We can only do so many at a time, though. It's not worth having a house in the open world anymore. Well, then get rid of your open world house.
I should have bought more cherries.
Like, if we feel like the gap there,
I have a farming passive point. I'll just put it into cherries.
We see, like, just open world houses open everywhere, like available everywhere. We'll probably make some adjustments. However, we very much doubt that's the case, and we know a handful of landowners that have been very clear that like this is just people that own land trying to make sure that theirs stays even stronger. And if it doesn't feel worth having, and we see like, oh, 10% is just open and available and people aren't using it, then we'll make changes. Super easy as that. But we're very okay with the 5% advantage that open world land has, and we think that's enough an advantage for most people. And the fact that for some people, they love the fact that they have free teleport somewhere and stuff like that. So can you own all 3 houses on community land? You can, yes. That is mentioned in the patch notes. Database for quest rewards. Yeah, I'm sure the wiki team will get to that with time. We've been pretty clear that we didn't want them to upload quest rewards yet because we just didn't want it to be spoiling a ton of stuff. But now that we're post-launch to a certain degree and stuff, we'll probably be okay with them adding stuff. There's a lot, like they've been adding a million things, but they will continue to work on it, and they work incredibly hard on it. They're very passionate about the wiki, and yeah. And guys, to be clear, like they get a little bit, but they're for the most part volunteering. So they're doing this out of their passion for Ravendawn, wanting to build a database or wiki for the players. They're doing an awesome job. They still have lots to add and lots to clean up and stuff like that, and they'll do that with time. But it's a huge game. There's a lot to add into a wiki. Keep in mind they started from zero, right? Once they kind of get on top of everything, I'm sure they'll clean some stuff up, and then it's a lot simpler, right? But this phase is definitely very busy. Nice patch. Gives open world owners more snowball, more and more. Man, I don't know if you read the patch correctly, but that's all good.
Shut up, dumbass.
Player versus player battlegrounds. Yeah. Yep.
Oh, there it
Titles
is.
coming soon, Niter. Titles for what? Any news regarding Guild vs. Guild? I just spoke about it like 5 minutes ago, and I spoke about it twice already this stream. So,
Then just don't answer the question. Don't read the question.
Okay? If you missed it.
Do you hate wizards? Gear inspection?
Do we get 2 home teleports now? It is in the patch. I'm actually not 100% sure on that. I'll double check.
No, right? No. I'm gonna have to. What we need to do as soon as we get into game is check.
He might be busy.
We have
right
to
now,
check what's in the
absolutely
new
get to
trade
the
packs, and
game.
we have to plant it
Thank you for that. That is our goal.
to get us addicted to the game. Did you hear that? Did you hear that?
What about unfair RMT bans? You cannot trade with a friend to give them silver. That obviously, I recognize your avatar. You've messaged me on the situation. We investigated your situation, and again, this is why.
Wait. Who said it?
Banning people who do this, because even if they message us, we investigate it, we dig into it. It's very clear. It's clear as day. It's not that you just traded a friend. It never stops. There's no suitable answer until they're removed from the community. So just so you guys know, yeah.
Kako 423.
Put option to change email address on site. We might in the future. Right now it's just security, so you're required to contact support and then prove that it's your account. Also, I really recommend everyone always plays with 2FA. If you're not used to using 2FA in 2024, you should have 2FA on. We've never had someone say they were hacked that didn't or that had 2FA on. It's always people without it. And there was a large amount of people that got hacked, about like 40 about 2 weeks ago when we added the enhanced bot detection, because the owner of that bot hacked like 40 accounts. And so, in the end of the day, have 2FA on, guys. It takes a second. Don't be dumb. Your passwords are out there.
Look at those emotes.
So
Hey,
many
buddy.
emotes all the time. And we're a big enough game now that gold sites will find your information and hack you. So put 2FA on. Just don't be dumb. I see many people being unfairly banned for RMT. I'm regretting having... Okay. Again, we talked about it earlier in the stream. Everybody is unfairly banned all the time. We've never banned somebody that did not message us saying they're unfairly banned. We dig into every single case to make sure they're 100%. We handle bans manually and based on detection. So detection notifies us first, and then we manually dig into every case. Again, this is why a lot of games just don't ban a lot of people, because they will always come in and say, I'm being unfairly banned, innocents are being targeted. I'm sorry that you were banned. I'm sorry. I don't know what else to say. Don't be dumb. Don't be dumb. I know a lot of games let people get away with shit all the time. We ban people. I'm sorry. But that's not going to change. We're going to ban cheaters. It's as simple as that.
Yeah.
I know that it causes angry people. I know there's like, we ban a streamer and they're crying about it for 5 hours. We've seen this time and time again. That's not going to change anything. We understand their prerogative and how they.
I love it. I love the stance on cheating.
But that doesn't change
I love
the fact
the
that we're
stance
still
on
gonna ban
cheating.
them. It's as simple as that. I really appreciate the bans. He won't answer. Dumb question. I've tried. What was your question? Keep in mind, I miss 95% of questions in the chat, guys. It's going too fast, and I can't. So just don't take it personally.
Please, more bans.
Love the hard stance on cheating, Niter. Yeah, I mean that's not going to change. Even though it sucks, right? We hate banning people, and we hate the fact that now they're going to send a big police story or go in the Discord saying that they're being unfairly banned.
I'm going to enable 2-factor on my account right now.
I know someone who RMT their house, and I'm waiting for them to be banned because I know that he will say he was unfairly banned. Yeah, I mean. Trading silver to an alt and a friend, and so it's fine, guys. That's not, yeah. Tavern Lake kissing booth when? Soon. Okay, so
why did he
the
say it like
teleport
that?
with multiple houses, it is a shared cooldown, just so you guys know. But you can choose which house you go to. Yeah, we do patron giveaways pretty quick here, guys. I'm going to go over this a little bit more, and then we go through it. Thanks for asking the house. Thanks for answering the house teleport stuff. Yeah, no worries. When are you guys adding artifacts for the new lands? I believe pretty soon. I believe they've been grinding away at those.
Good luck, dude. Thanks.
Again, a lot of you asking questions. It says exactly on the patch notes. If you're asking a question, just please read through the patch notes first, and then go ahead and ask. Because then those same people are saying that they're getting ignored. So, also, guys, one thing I do want to mention. I've talked about this before, but people who are like, okay, there's a huge difference between giving feedback or even complaining, and just being a shitty part of the community. If you're like giving feedback, or even there's an issue that you don't really like, that is totally fine. And obviously, like 99% of the changes we've made over the last 7 weeks since launch have been based on community complaints or concerns. Progression stuff, strength things, community land, literally like almost everything that we can go through. Not enough organic PvP situations. Fishing needs whatever, more, this buff. Infamy is, we don't want infamy. Like these are all based on community input. But there is a huge difference between that and someone who's just, you look at their post history and their last 50 messages, almost every single one was complaining. There's a huge difference. That person who is only sending messages to complain about something, we are just going to remove. It is simple as that. And people are going to be like, oh my God, you banned them for giving feedback. That's not the case. There are people that give feedback all goddamn day. I'm in there for hours with them chatting about feedback, saying, oh, I think that idea is good. Oh, I don't really like that idea because of this. But then there are certain people that literally you check their search history and 99% of their messages are just like, this sucks, this is terrible. Those people are just going to get removed. It's simple as that. We don't need that person in the community who's only there to be angry about everything. It's just not worth it. And then, we ban them, and then someone comes in, usually it's like a friend or their alt account, and they say, LOL, banning feedback. Obviously, that's not the case. But just so you guys know, if you guys are just always like, sometimes maybe just check your own search history and be like, or post history and see like, have I just been negative for the last 2 weeks, 50 messages in a row? Maybe
True.
Yeah. And we're fine with that. We understand that some people are gonna be like, oh, like,
that's so true.
Don't do that. That's okay.
Let me check my post history.
Cool community that we want to hang out in and that we want to chat in. Last night I was talking about the game for like 2 hours with players and just engaging with them, and it was a ton of fun. And then one guy comes in and he's just a complete asshat. Those people are just going to get removed from now on because we want to be able to hang out with the community still. We don't want to get to a point where we don't want to go in the community because there's just so many shitty people in there. And the
RMT will kill the game soon.
People have been removed because they were just shitty. They were just shitty people. And they will obviously think they're valiant in it and be proud of what they did because they're probably a little deranged themselves. But in the end of the day, like, those people are just going to be removed. And they don't really want to be there anyways, right? They kind of just want to start something, whether it's almost every time it's for attention, right? Almost every time they do it for attention. And I respect that. If they need attention and that's the way they get it, sick, man. More power to you. I know there's some content creators that's how they get their attention. And again, more power to you. If that builds you up, sick, man. Everyone has their way of kind of filling that void. And if that's their way, cool. More power to you. I love you too, TV Tima. Yeah, if you remove your house, you get 100% of the emblems back and 80% of the other materials. Man, I cannot believe how fast chat is moving considering it is in slow mode. This is crazy.
W patch, don't listen to the haters. We don't know yet.
Used to it. Oh yeah, in terms of like listen.
You're a streamer now, bro.
Before launch, we're like a few hundred viewers. Okay, I'm used to a few hundred people being in here having a chill conversation.
Oh
the fact that you're having, like, thousands of people watching is crazy. It's even crazier to see like AAA games that do their live streams have like 1,000 or 1,500 viewers. And it's crazy. We have a much bigger community than we ever expected, a much more passionate community than we ever expected. We're very grateful for everybody here. So, yeah. Make it subscriber only, chat. No, we don't want to do a sub or anything with the, yeah. Yo, what up, Gratis?
Why not?
What's up, buddy?
Stuff like this could contribute to the game.
If anyone hasn't followed Gratis 150 ML, please do on Twitch. He does a ton of Ravendawn content. I think he's usually on like late at night, like Pacific time though, like usually kind of in the middle of the night. So I haven't really been able to catch much of his content ever.
This guy?
But I think I've watched like maybe like an hour here and there.
834,000 followers.
I'm doing the late night shift of Ravendawn. Ravendawn, how are you, by the way? I'm doing good, man. I'm tired.
This guy's stream is the exact same as mine. I'm not even kidding. Look at this.
It's one of those things that I can't rest, right? Like if I like if I sit for half an hour and like you're just eating, I'm on my phone responding to staff, responding to you guys. I just don't like. I can't
Our
take a
camera's
day
in the
off
same place
now
and
because
everything, dude.
I'll just the whole time I'll be stressed about not getting stuff done. There's a lot to do. There's a lot we want to do for you guys. And what up, DDD Pinda? There's a lot we want to do for you guys still. And until that's done, I'm not going to take that rest. Once we are, then I will. And then I can comfortably.
Hello,
actually
sir.
enjoy the
New
rest.
here.
So-
Bye-bye. Translate.
Also, thank you guys for all the kind words. There's been so many nice things said. I do usually quickly read them and see them. I'm just not responding to all of them because it feels weird. I don't want people to see me just like reading all the nice comments the whole stream. But I see all of them and I really comments the whole stream. But I see all of them and I really appreciate
Olá,
it.
senhor.
I like to call
Nuevo
someone out.
aqui.
As
Olá.
a hiring,
Como estás?
I do need to apologize to anyone who has applied.
He
to this,
did
guys.
read it.
We have so many applications to go through. We never.
That's
ever had
hilarious.
this amount of applications before in the past.
Aproveita
And
que
so
ele tá
our
vendo suas
process is
mensagens
not
e
as,
pergunta
like,
do preço.
That's too
mistakes
funny.
and stuff like that. Like, we go through every single one of them and read through every single one of them, and I go through pretty much every single one of them. So in the end of the day, it's going to take us some time. We've just been really slammed. So if you applied, please don't think that like you are that we're not going to get back to you, or that you didn't make any that you're not going to get a follow-up response or you're not on a short list. There's a very good chance you maybe are, but we haven't gotten back to like 99% of them just yet. So please appreciate your patience. Don't be sad thinking that you're getting ghosted or that you didn't get the position. But yeah. Thank you for saying that. Yeah, no problem. I just want you guys to know that we are just really far behind on them. So, like for the programmer position,
Does
for example,
your
we have
company
a lot of
need
applications
a
and
fresh air inspector?
and the trial task like that requires time for us to
I
set up
have
on our side
been-
with each applicant. It's a lot of time commitment on our side as well, and then the leads obviously have to review and do live interviews with them and stuff, and there's a lot involved in this. And like, can we afford our lead programmers?
Does
right
your
now, multiple of
company
them,
need a
to be doing
fresh
this?
air inspector?
When
I
we
have
a billion
experience
things to
and a
do? Not
great
really.
user,
So
a
that's why we
great
haven't even gotten back
resume.
yet on the short list. Does your company need a fresh air inspector? I have experience and a great resume. We don't, but if we ever do, I know who to message.
Okay.
Big patch. Yeah, it's a big one. I'm a software engineer with over 4 years industry experience in game development. Give me a job, please. If you applied, we'll see your resume. Egger system will be fully revamped.
That's a
Yep.
Canadian joke. I
We're
love
gonna get
that.
a friendly
He
dual
gets
system.
it.
You absolutely will.
I love that.
Okay.
Get rewards. You got Twitch drops on my own channel, baby.
We're gonna do marbles here.
We're gonna do
time.
marbles.
It's marbles time.
Server's coming up. Ah. Oh.
Sick. Marbles locked and loaded. Take off slow mode for marbles. Oh yes, good point. Thank you. Very smart. Can a mod turn off slow mode? Disabled slow. Oh, nice. Someone disabled it. Thank you, Louise. Holy shit, chat. Chill. I will explain. What is this? Marble money? What is all this? Oh,
Damn.
it got redone.
Look at the
Free.
chat, dude. What the
Alright, maybe
fuck?
I mean, I'll probably just
Look
do
at his
class
chat.
Like, is Royale? What is Royale?
Dude.
Is this good? Okay, there's too many people saying play. You don't need to say play yet. There's nothing happening yet.
Shut up. We'll do what we
also,
want.
If you're in YouTube chat, you need to come over to Twitch chat to join marbles, okay? I love the like one single question in the flood of people saying
Play.
Royal is good battle royale. So is it like marbles where it's like 100? Well, you know what? We'll do a practice run. We'll do a practice run here to make sure that it's that it is fair. Okay. Viewers. This is a practice run. This does not count for giveaway, but you guys can still enter. Let's do a quick run. Make sure this all works. Curious how this works. Okay, we're just gonna do it with like less people. Okay. I'm just gonna start it. Okay. Oh, you'll still have a countdown. Again, no one's winning anything on this. Whoa. I just want to see how this works.
Play!
So do people like run in?
Oh, hit my monitor.
What is this? I don't understand. People are dying. Here, I'm going to go watch like one person. Again, this is practice, so we don't need all the action. I'm curious how this works.
They smash into each other.
Like, oh, if you hit somebody, if you're the person moving faster, they die. Okay. And then it must get smaller, I assume. Okay. That's kind of cool.
I mean, this takes too long.
We're going to do a vote to see if people like this more or not than just an actual race.
I don't know. It's all the same to me.
I guess instead of making it smaller, they could just like tilt the map to one direction to make higher density in one spot. But okay, we got 31 people left. This would be pretty crazy with 1,000. The only part that kind of sucks about that is you can't. It's really hard to like see who's like. Oh, okay. It's really hard to see who's winning. Oh, you have life. Okay, that makes more sense. Okay, I was wondering because I was like, some people weren't. Oh, this is kind of cool.
There's only one guy in there. Oh no!
Until there's like one left. That's kind of cool. Yeah, the only part that kind of sucks, you can't really like see who's winning or anything. But this is kind of cool.
Nah, racing is where it's at, man.
All right, we got 15. This is kind of hard to follow. Yeah, no, I agree. Like, it's a little bit less hype than having like, oh, these guys are in the front and stuff like that. But it's new, which can be fun. Top 10 situation.
We're in a top 10
So
situation.
We'll after. Kind of
Marbles
boring.
Battleground.
I agree. I mean, yes and no. Like it's new, which can be nice, but it's also. I wish the map would get smaller faster or something. I don't know. It feels like it lasts quite a long time.
I mean, I've typed play, but nothing happened. Are you watching the stream?
Again, it like
15 minutes till the server comes up, I believe.
So there was a little more action.
A lot of good changes. I guess I don't really like to.
Ending takes too long.
I don't really like to.
Congratulations to those that won the practice game. We're not doing that. Death Valley was kind of cool. Cosmic Chaos looks cool.
I don't really like to be too judgmental about the patch notes until I play them.
Leap to Remember is cool. Oh, let's do Frozen. It's a pretty long one though. Which one should we? Alienated? Let's do that. Let's do Alienated. All right, guys. I'm gonna start this or open this up. All you have to do is exclamation mark play in Twitch chat. There is no cooldown. If you're in YouTube chat, make sure you hop over to Twitch chat. This will be the real one. Top 20 people, guys, are gonna win a patron code.
Top 20?
Top 20. Okay.
What?
And then we'll do a little bit of Q&A.
Trying to win some patron.
Until the maintenance is done, but the maintenance will be done pretty soon here. So
I don't even know if I made it in.
And then we'll do Q&A.
No.
I'll be right back in a minute.
No. trying to win some patron. It's rough out here. Missed market open. Shit. That sucks. Come on now. Let's check if the game's up. No. 10 more minutes. Let's check the Discord. What do you want? What's this? Leona. Oh. This graphic designer is going all out, dude. Look at that. That graphic designer went all out. Ravendawn. Anything in announcements? I have an incredibly busy day today for the patch. That was yesterday.
Oh, fuck.
Nothing here.
Okay. Damn. Filled up. Okay, guys.
Start it.
We're gonna just start this race. I don't think there's anything.
That's insane amount of marbles, dude.
In this race. Okay, what we're gonna do here is if someone, if a mod, if you could put it back into slow mode, and if you could put it back into slow mode, and if you could post our Discord and our YouTube and like our Instagram or some shit in the chat a few times, because we will be doing speed boosts for anyone who is following our Instagram, subscribe to our YouTube, or in our Discord channel. Each of these will give a small speed boost. Saying ! Boost will not apply it. It is a back-end application that we have organized with marbles, and I'm not making this up on the spot. So if you are subscribed to our YouTube, following our Instagram, in our Discord, you will get a incredible
10.6k followers.
So make sure you go do that. Otherwise, Godspeed contestants, and may the odds be ever in your favor, or some other relevant quote here. Top 20 win a month of Patreon. Oh God, there's gonna be some alien shit here. I know it. Oh yeah, there we go. Let's go. Okay, we picked a good one. By the way, I don't think I'm playing the music.
Go me!
The music anyway.
Go me!
Zeradar looks like he's in first place. Looks like he has been surpassed. I'm gonna do a big zoom out on the convergence here.
Where am I?
I gotta go back a bit. Hold on. Voltix looks like he's leading the charge. Sometimes it puts other people in first, even though they're not actually first, because they're like falling off the map. All right, what do we got working here? Oh shit!
What is that? What is that?
I'm not even going to try and say that name, but he is in first place. Godspeed. Damn, that's a lot of people going through that that cornfield.
Oh
no.
What is this UFO? Where does it bring them?
Oh, that's a bummer. I'm sorry. That's a heartbreaker. I'm going over here to evaluate the first people to win it here. Oh, this is moving too. Oh no. Okay, we got people coming from both sides. Bojack looks like he's in first right now.
Dude, you can't even. There's so many people playing.
Stick the landing. I think he will. Oh shit. Okay, congratulations, Bojack. Raphael Nickel, Princessa, Tumic, Soliform, Trushi, Bezerka.
Oh, you'll never be able to know. Oh, but it rocks, and it throws people out.
The last one. Congratulations to everyone who is sticking the landing. I'm still proud of you, even though you are not a winner. You are still.
There's no way you're gonna win this.
Oh, now it's gonna be on this side.
There's
too.
no way you can win this.
Move it really fast back to this side. Oh, is it weight driven? No. Weird. I don't know. Oh, it's just completely random.
It's throwing people out.
Congratulations.
No, they have to stay in it.
Okay, guys, so for the winners, just so you guys know, guys, we have the same process every single Marbles giveaway. You will be DM'd on Twitch with your Twitch username, okay? Here are the results. You will be DM'd on Twitch to this username within the next, 24 hours, okay? If you do not get DM'd within 24 hours, you can message us. Still this day, I don't think we've ever had someone
10:56.
We message everybody. If you do message us, you have to message us on Twitch. But again, we know who won. If you're not a winner, we'll just be having to ban you or whatever. Again, we've never really had that. But top 20, you guys will get a message in the next 24 hours with a code to your Twitch chat. Okay, so make sure you're checking your Twitch chat over the next 24 hours or at some point, and you will have your 30-day patron code for Marbles. Congratulations! Wow, amazing. Oh man, the white correction is terrible on, or the color balance or whatever. But that's okay. That is okay. We will be done maintenance pretty quick here. So, leaving Marbles. 1K slots for 4K people. Yeah, even when we had 8K people for one stream, we were very clear. We just do it for first 1,000. You can consider that the first level of entry. If you are one of the first 1,000, it's not like it fills up in 2 seconds. You do have time, but we understand that not everybody can make it in 1,000. Unfortunately, Marbles does not have a higher limit. So, yeah, we could do 4 races, but there's still a good chance that you will not. Oh, I should be closing my door because I'm. Give me 1 sec. Otherwise, all the dogs are gonna run in. Thanks, babe. Yeah, ultimately with that, we could do 4 races, but it could be the same 4,000 or 1,000 people. In the end of the day, that's your first attempt is getting in.
Take your top off? What
finished,
the fuck?
Oh, I got second place once, that finished almost last. Take your top off. That will come if we're ever really down bad. That's when I'll start doing topless streams for 1% of the audience.
That'd still be pretty good. Exclamation point play.
Cinder Skull Discord badge. The same way as you redeem the other Discord badges. You have to ping the Ravendawn robot.
Oh shit! I just contributed to that.
Going to be the online. So there's 2 hours has passed. So it's almost been 2 hours, and they should be up any minute now. With all of our patches, I always tell the team, take their time, make sure they do it 100% the right way. Make sure there's no
You Trump or Biden? He's Trudeau.
So yeah.
He could be Pierre.
I'll never rush the team when it comes to these maintenances. But that's why I'm here with you guys. Okay, we're hanging out. Out here looking good. Appreciate that. Thank you.
You guys are gay.
Any plans to add unique skills to each class? I'll explain very clearly why not. Right now, if we added unique skills, that would be 56 new unique skills, right? Because 56 class combinations.
Exactly.
If we add another archetype, I believe this becomes, what, 150 unique skills? Then we add another archetype, then we add another archetype, and suddenly we have 3,000 unique skills in the game within a year. That is why each combination does not have a unique skill. Any idea if the Steam version will be Steam Deck verified? I'm considering getting a deck. Well, you can already play on a Steam Deck. It takes like a minute or two to set up. I understand that you're maybe asking. Like,
oh, game's on.
Be like an official version.
Niter,
thank
you.
I assume
I appreciate it.
It's
We'll see you next time. Oh, bye-bye. Let's see what's happening on the marketplace. The amount of shit going on at the marketplace right now, people are just all trying to capitalize. Shit's about to get wild. Oh, let's go check the community housing. All right. Toggle house mode. Oh, 500K medium land deed. $5 million large land deed. New trade packs. Juicer's box? Look at them all. Oh my god. Everything is open. Oh no, some are inactive still. Tons are open. That's going to end it for the YouTube live stream. Thank you guys for hanging out on YouTube. I appreciate it. No, we should go over. We should look at all the stuff. Well, that's the housing. What else was there? Medium, large, strength improvements, milk tea. Where available from the bartender. Let's go check the milk tea out. Let's see how much we get. Let's see how much we get from that. Where's my milk tea, boy? Milk tea, 4K. What kind of buff do you think that counts as? Looks pretty good. Time to head down to Zorian's. The amount of like purchases and stuff going off in the area. It's just wild. We need to go gain a level like straight up. I need to... My voice just cracked a bit there. Where do you get the rest of your milk tea? Need level 40 and 500k. The servers are going to be a little bit wonky to start, for sure. Everybody's logging in. We're going to go straight to Zorian's, though. So we got a ranger board going off there. It's a really annoying place to get to. And you know what? I might actually cancel it. Because I'm only 12k into it. And I do not like it. Ember scale drakes? What level? Draconics, dwarves, hook masks. What? Can I actually fight this guy? It's going off my legacy level. There's a bunch of quests available here too. Upper floor. Upper floor where? Ah, the lag. Ooh. Culling spawn, mind slave dwarves. Feeding the troll. I don't know where all these quests came from. Culling spawn, cave spiders. Oh. Let's go do this. This is so close to like... So this is the culling spawn. This is one of the new features in the game. I'm here to check it out. And I assume other people are too. Oh, the lag is so bad, dude. He's got 3. He's just letting people go. Oh, the lag is so bad. You're not gonna find it? It's even further down. They're level 55. Yo, I can't even damage him. Help me. Alright, well that's not gonna happen. Maybe we need to look in some places. A little bit more speed. Ember scale drakes. So that's where those are, huh? Let's go check that out. Alright, so you're supposed to go downstairs and you're supposed to kill those spiders and they'll drop special items, and then you take those special items to the Ranger board quartermaster and you turn them in for Dawn Essence, experience, silver, I'm assuming. Unfortunately, they were level 55. That is substantially higher level than I am able to withstand. But you saw one guy leaving with 3 of them because he was smart, because there's a Ranger board quartermaster right there. I'm going to try to turn this tunneling service off. I don't know why I would need it. I'm going to try to take that off. Maybe I should switch channels too. Channel 3. Can't move. Oh yeah, there's so few channels now. Let's go channel 9 war mode. Oh yeah, freedom. I can't afford to plan anything because the market is so shit. That's wrong. That is incorrect. Unlucky, my dude. Alright, so that's the Ravendawn patch, guys. Worst patch yet? Oh my god. Everybody's complaining about the speed of their channel, and I just swapped, and I'm perfectly fine. And people are just like complaining. Unbelievable. I don't think I can kill these things. I think I took the wrong Ranger bounty board, man. Big time. I don't even know where it is. What the fuck is that? Unforeseen maintenance in 5 minutes. Reported by the community relating to quality. So I probably shouldn't fight a dragon. But you're telling me there's still a chance. Okay, where are they? Way in the back there, huh? How are we getting there? Through there? Gotta go through all these moles on steroids throwing gang signs. Is Puppers on? Is he on? I'm probably always going to run with somebody. I'm not going to lie in this game. Puppers seems like the right choice. It's a cleric. Just heals the shit out of me. Pummedillos. That's what they're called. They're called pummedillos. Dude, look how far I have to go, dude. Pull 2 right away. It's a bit of an annoying feature. But he also did say that there was a little bit of change to power. So I'm let's see what Milk Tea does. Milk Tea is an entirely buff on its own with no timer. Milk Tea is an entire buff on its own. Doesn't overlap. It's got no timer. I do feel more powerful. 2,500 XP. Dude, combining these milk teas with crafting? What? Or farming? It's true, man. People, I switched to war mode channel. I can't walk to the safe zone to change channel. Sorry, I'm sad. Figure it out, man. Oh, these guys are level 40. I'm not supposed to be here. I mean, how did I just kill that guy? How did I just pull 2 of those? That's what's important. That's a bad place to log out. All right, guys, that's the patch. That's it. There's a lot of other stuff, but unfortunately, a lot of the content that they changed was inaccessible to me at mine. The culling spawns. I mean, I could have waited for like maybe someone to die and pick one up. Legendary fish. I probably won't be able to. I think the legendary fish is, I don't know, maybe it is in ponds and stuff like that. It is. You can catch it in ponds. So we'll fish probably a little bit more. Trade pack infamy challenges. Not going to run into anybody quite yet. Channel capacity. It wasn't great. New waypoints, Hatterack Desert. Locked gate at entrance to high level pirates, Harbor Island. Gazer's Dungeon. The following profession passes will now be displayed in the buff debuff. Coldstone Fox family. I don't know what any of that means. We understand many will be happy about this spawn being nerfed, and some may not like that this spawn is getting nerfed. We completely understand this. However, sometimes nerfs are absolutely required. Fine-tuning the required live service game. Coldstone Foxes, somebody was complaining about that. It was pretty broken. Adjustments to 4 trade packs, unlocking requirements. Automatically unlocks for Angerhorn, Seraphim, Juice Box, Fruit Basket, Noble Delicacies, and General Spices. Requiring a late game farming ingredient, which was changed before the launch of Ravendawn, blah, blah, blah. Move the NP Anashi from Gilead to Ravencrest surroundings. This change aims to make the NPC more accessible to the players as is related to a Tier 1 player outfit add-on. Really? How do you find that person? What? Revamped 4 items from story quests and dynamic events. This is all the effort gain. Greater runes change. New waypoints at Hatterack Desert. Oh, all the way to the left and all the way to the right. Cool, cool, cool. Frozen Zorian tasks now working. Trade packs are not losing the war mode bonus value after death anymore. Ooh. Trade packs were losing their war mode bonus value if the person made them died. I didn't even know that was happening. That is crazy. I had no idea. Anyways, guys, they took the game back down. Thank you for tuning into the YouTube live stream. We're still live on Twitch. We're still going to be live on Twitch, but I want to listen to some music, and you can't do that on YouTube because YouTube is super strict about that stuff. Tune into the Twitch, twitch.tv/Gamenadian. We're on every other platform as well. Thank you for stopping by, and we'll see you tomorrow at 9 to 5.